Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Hey, this is just a quick shout out, you know what I'm saying, to the best boxer in the world news, and that's Terrence Bud Crawford, right? I just like to do these little videos, right? When I hear somebody or see somebody say that Terrence Crawford is going to take care of Canelo Alvarez, right? It's very, very interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo Alvarez, even though I don't personally roll with Canelo Alvarez, I don't roll with any face of boxing type of guys, right? I've seen Canelo's career, and there's some things, that I don't like that are documented, right? And, that won't make me say that this guy's not a good fighter. He's a good fighter, with a great chin, great skills, right? Pretty good fighter. I just don't think that he believes he's the best because he's just refused to fight the best fighters in every single division he's been in. If it's 154, how you just missed the other three champions in both Charlos and Demetrius Andrade. If it's 160, who the hell wouldn't take an undisputed fight for a whole lot of money because it's Demetrius Andrade? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to refuse to fight David Morrell and David Benavidez because they're good. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's been enough, it's enough of that. So those are the reasons, but that doesn't mean he's not good. He's one of the best, but he's just not at that very top. But Canelo's 168 pounds, solid, with a good chin. And too many people are saying that Terrence Crawford's going to beat him. Some are going overboard maybe by saying he's going to stop Canelo or knock him out. I'm not there. It could possibly be a stoppage with he's just getting hit a little too much and his corner stops it. But, that's a hard scenario to see. But there's too many fighters that are saying that, too many promoters. A lot of people are saying that Terrence Crawford will beat Canelo. And I'm just saying that is a feather in Terrence Crawford's cap. Think about how awesome you have to be for someone to think you're going to come up 3 weight divisions, and I say 3. I know people don't want it to be said, but he's 147 pounders, and he wasn't a big one of those, right? He wasn't a big one of those. Let me just give you an example. Was he bigger than Sean Porter? Was he bigger than Jose Benavidez? Was he bigger than Jeff Horn? Was he bigger than Kell Brook? You know what I'm saying? Was he bigger than Errol Spence? We were all saying those guys. All those guys are 160 pounders, all of them. You see what I'm saying? So he wasn't big there. So to come and then go to 154, smaller than Majimov, beat Majimov too, who was pretty good. Damn awesome, actually, right? Now, Virgil Ortiz done beat him, which is good because people going to think Virgil Ortiz is all that now. Just forget the board check loss, really, but which is good, though, because that's somebody that Terrence Crawford can get back to, because Virgil Ortiz didn't believe himself when he was Terrence Crawford's mandatory. He did what the Mexicans do when they're mandatories, right? They just say, well, how good is that guy? They ask that question. And then if it's too good, then a Mexican just say, well, we got special treatment in boxing. We don't have to fight, if we're mandatory. I know you're like, what do you mean Mexicans? Ryan Garcia was Devin Haney's Mexican, right? Devin Haney's Mexican. Devin Haney's mandatory. I ignored that. Canelo Alvarez was Demetrius Andrade's mandatory, 154 pounds. I'm ignoring that. Jaime Munguia was Demetrius Andrade's mandatory. Then Charlos too. I'm ignoring all those. You know what I'm saying? So I've just watched this, and I'm missing. Oh, and Virgil Ortiz was Terrence Crawford's mandatory. So they just be like, man, we ain't got to do that because we're Mexican. Shoot, at the end of the day, people forget it and just say we're better than the dude we didn't fight. And it's happened so many times. So, with that being said, just fast forwarding to this point. Jessie Ramos, I think his name is, right? Sparred Terrence Crawford. Jessie Ramos, I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken. Guy who beat Joey Spencer. Anyway, this guy, I seen him in an interview, but it was, half a day ago. So I should have looked at his name again. My bad if I'm messing up his name. But it sparred with Terrence Crawford. He thinks Terrence Crawford can get the job done against Canelo Alvarez, knowing that Canelo Alvarez is big, strong, sturdy, right? Stocky, with a good chin. Knowing all of that, he says still, Terence Crawford will have what it takes. And nobody is saying Terence Crawford's just stand in front of Canelo Alvarez. Who's supposed to do that? That's not boxing. You shouldn't want to stand. That's rock'em sock'em robots for those old enough to know what the hell that was. But he thinks that Crawford has what it takes and is strong enough and skilled enough to handle Canelo Alvarez. So for me, I mean, that's just awesome that people could think that. It shouldn't be, man. Listen, 3 weight divisions lower than Terence Crawford, no one is going to say somebody's going to beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one. And when it comes to Canelo, it shouldn't be a 50-50 fight here. It shouldn't be 50% of the people. So what I'm trying to say here is this is just a much props to Terence Crawford video. That is the guy right now who is ridiculous in boxing, and knowing because he's about to fight your boy Canelo Alvarez, now you're seeing what people really think. Because ain't no damn way in hell people supposed to be saying, this many people supposed to be saying that Terence Crawford supposed to be beating Canelo Alvarez when Canelo Alvarez is a perennial top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. Either you don't believe that, or you do believe that Terence Crawford is all that and a bag of Cheetos. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.